What's up, world? So I'm super excited to introduce this pretty much one button Uzi UE multi-shot build that I came up with because I know that a lot of times when we look at UE multi-shot builds or UE in general, you see a lot of stutter stepping variations or people stutter stepping. I'm sure if you watch Woody or you watch one of my streams or videos, you'll see a lot of this kind of movement here where we're stutter stepping around to make good use of, hexing pans and dodging things. Well, what if you don't want to do that? What if you want like something super easy to play, but you don't want to spin the win either? Like maybe you're tired of strafe for those who have done it last season or in the past. Well, I got a new build for you where literally you do two things. You vault and you hold down multi-shot and stuff dies. And that's it. And it's hardcore friendly, meaning that it's actually really tough and you will be able to keep your squirts up the majority of the time while doing so. So I call this the Uzi UE build. And so let's kind of dive into this real quick. So first off, let's talk about the gearing. Okay, so as you see, when I open this up, the gearing looks quite a bit different than what you would expect. Okay, so in this case, you would do your traditional UE with Captain Crimson. And then for your amulet, you're gonna go squirts, but you're gonna actually have the Gizzard gem in the squirts amulet. Now that kind of sounds really weird, but you're going to actually use this shield to be able to do something that's also important in the cube when we get to that. So you want to do a Gizzard, make sure you level the Gizzard up for this. Then you also want to go with Stone of Jordan or Commission of Elements. It's kind of up to you depending on whether you like the burst damage in your speeds or you want more consistency with the Stone of Jordan for the elite damage too as well. The discipline, it only gives you maybe 10 to 12% more damage. So that's really not why we're doing Stone of Jordan. We're just doing it mainly for the extra elite damage for the for those speeds. And then we also have the Obsidian Ring, which is probably one of the most important aspects of this build, because when we're playing this build, we're actually not going to use Dawn in the cube. I know, crazy, right? But I promise you it works. Okay, then we're going to go with Lukunis because we just want to go with pure attack speed. So attack speed here, attack speed on the gloves, attack speed on the Yangs. You want to shoot like literally like an Uzi. That's what we're going to do here. Okay, so with that being said, we're going to go check the cube out. What you want in the weapon slot is the Echoing Fury. This kind of makes the build feel a lot of fun. It's a lot of multi-shots happening. This is pretty much makes the build feel fluid. You vault, quicker with less animation lag. So you're able to like zip through the rift and just really just spray and kill everything. It's actually pretty amazing. Then we have Prize Fall, which if you remember, I was telling you about with the Gizzard gem. Well, with Prize Fall, you get resource cost reduction, which actually works with Captain Crimson in terms of toughness. So you actually get more toughness whenever Prize Fall is up. So not only do you get significant amount of toughness, you also get more resource cost reduction, making you able to shoot your multi-shots as much as you would like because you're shooting so fast. You got to find some way to generate that, that resource, right? And you don't have a generator, so how else you going to do it? Well, Prize Fall helps you with that. Now, in order to keep up Prize Fall, you need the Gizzard gem because the Gizzard gem actually gives you a shield, which is going to shield you from getting hit and taking off your Prize Fall. And vice versa, Prize Fall adds toughness to the Gizzard gem, so therefore your shield doesn't just pop whenever you get hit. So it's a really cool interaction that works really well with this particular setup. When we're talking about skills, of course, you're going to go with multi-shot arsenal. That's just, basic there. Preparation, invigoration, normal stuff. Vault, tumble, normal stuff. Here I went with vanishing powder. It's just what I like to do to I don't know. I like it there. I don't have a good excuse. I just like it. You don't have to do it. You do what you want there. Here, Dark Heart Vengeance, because of course you want the, damage reduction. Now, of course, if you want to try this build before the patch goes live, or after the patch go live, sorry, if the season goes live, you have to go Seath because we don't have the hatred on crit. So keep in mind with the altar in season 28, we have hatred on crit, one of those nodes. So that allows us to be able to do Dark Heart and not have to worry about Seath. Here you would do Wolf Companion. The reason why Wolf is actually important here is because with the Obsidian Ring, you're going to be able to have Wolf permanently up, as well as Vengeance is going to practically be permanently up too as well. So you want to focus on some cooldown rolls on some of your pieces of gear to make sure that your Vengeance doesn't drop, or you have a very little time with vengeance being off. So these two are going to come off a cooldown really quickly. So is your smoke screen. So you'll be able to, you know, smoke screen a lot without having to use any resources, meaning you'll keep your full discipline. Obviously here, ballistics, you know, if you do that with arsenal or any rocket skill, throw the hunt, obvious choice here. Ambush, you can go with steady aim or cold of the week. It's really up to you. It doesn't really too much matter. Most people will probably go with cold of the week because, you know, maybe you don't want to move, maybe you want to face tank and you just don't feel like moving. In that case, you would just go with cold of the week here. So actually, we can just probably just pop that in right there for you. And literally, that is it. That is how the build is set. And then, of course, if you need more resource cost reduction, of course, you can just go with topaz in your helm, or you could switch wolf with that just to be on the safe side if you want to. It just really depends on your gear and how good your yangs is and things like that. So, and before I mention, everything else is numlock, by the way. So I figured that was probably the obvious with this being a one button build. But yeah, you would numlock your smoke screen, vengeance, and wolf companion. So literally you're just pushing one button. And if you need to pop prep, you can. But most of the time, you're going to have way more than enough resources that you're not even going to really pop prep. So hope you guys enjoy. This is a super awesome build. I had a lot of fun putting it together. I really hope this is really helpful for you guys. You know, next season it is close to the level of God 6 in terms of speed farming. So if you really don't like doing God 6, you can do this and it works really well. So let's go right on into it.
Raven did it again.